Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 2003. The Station nightclub fire. It was the evening of Thursday, February 20th, when hundreds of people flocked into the Station nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island to enjoy the evening's entertainment. The headlining band that evening was Great White. However, just seconds into the band's opening song of Desert Moon, pyrotechnics were set off by their tour manager Daniel Beachley. These quickly ignited flammable acoustic foam on both sides of the stage, as well as igniting the top center of the drummer's alcove at the back of the stage. People in the crowds were unaware at the time what was happening, believing this was just part of the set. However, it quickly became clear as the fire reached the ceiling and dark smoke began to fill the area, that people realized they needed to evacuate the building. The entire stage was engulfed in flames in a matter of minutes, and band members tried to flee to the west exit of the stage. The nightclub fire alarms had now been activated, and there were 4 possible exits for people to use. However, most people headed for the front door, causing a stampede, which led to a crush in the narrow hallway leading to the door. This resulted in the door being blocked and people unable to escape. It is thought that around 462 people were in the building at the time, even though the club's capacity was only 404. 100 people perished in the fire, with many others being injured. Among the dead was the Great White's lead guitarist, Ty Longley, who had not managed to escape with the other band members. It is believed that he and DJ Mike Gonsalves, who also perished in the fire, was trying to save equipment during the beginning of the fire, and they were unable to escape in time. Those who survived claimed later that a bouncer had been stopping people from escaping the stage exit door, saying it was for the band's use only. After the fire, an investigation began. Many of those involved tried to assign the blame elsewhere. This included the club owners, the manufacturers and distributors of the foam material which ignited, as well as the pyrotechnics used. The club owners were quick to say that they had not given any permission for the band to use pyrotechnics, but the band disputed this, claiming that they had been given permission. On that night, the Station nightclub was legally required to have a sprinkler system in place, but they did not. This caused outrage and sparked calls for a National Fire Sprinkler Incentive Act to be put in place. A memorial service was held at St. Gregory the Great Church in Warwick on February 24, 2003. Thousands of mourners attended. After the fire, Governor Donald Carceri declared a suspension on pyrotechnic displays at venues that hold fewer than 300 people. On December 9, 2003, the 2 brothers who owned the nightclub, Jeffrey and Michael Derderian, were charged with involuntary manslaughter. They pleaded not guilty. Tour manager Daniel Beachley, who had set off the pyrotechnics, was also charged with involuntary manslaughter. He pleaded guilty to the charge. The Derderians were also fined for failing to carry workers' compensation insurance for their employees, 4 of whom died in the fire. Daniel Beachley was sentenced to 15 years in prison, 4 years to serve and 11 suspended, plus 3 years probation for his role in the fire. Some of the family members who lost loved ones in the fire believed that he was used as a scapegoat and did not find him guilty of his charges. It has been reported that he sent handwritten letters to each of the 100 victims' families apologizing for his part in the fire. He was finally released from prison on September 19, 2007. Michael Derderian was sentenced to 15 years in prison, 4 to serve and 11 suspended, with 3 years probation. The same as Daniel Beachley. His brother Jeffrey Derderian received a 10-year suspended sentence, plus 3 years probation and 500 hours of community service. As of September 2008, $115 million in settlement agreements has been paid or offered to the victims or their families. The band, Great White, started a benefit tour 5 months after the fire. They said a prayer at the beginning of each concert for those who perished in the fire and for all those who were affected by it. They also gave a portion of the proceeds to the station family fund. The band also claimed in 2005 that they had not played the song Desert Moon since the tragedy, as it brought back too many bad memories. They only began to play this song again in 2009. The site of the station nightclub fire was cleared and crosses were placed as memorials. It was in September 2012 that the owner of the former site donated it to the Station Fire Memorial Foundation. Construction of the Station Memorial Park commenced in 2016, after lots of fundraising had raised $1.65 million. A permanent memorial now stands at the site of the fire to honor those who perished on that fateful evening. Over the years there have been several other nightclub fires throughout the United States, which resulted in a significant loss of life. In April 1940, the Rhythm nightclub fire in Mississippi claimed 209 lives. In November 1942 the Coconut Grove fire in Boston resulted in 492 deaths. In May 1977 the Beverly Hills Supper Club fire in Kentucky claimed 165 lives. In March 1990 the Happy Land fire in the Bronx claimed 87 lives. And in December 2016 the Ghost Ship Warehouse fire in Oakland, California claimed 36 lives. The deadliest single-building fire in the United States was on December 30, 1903 at Iroquois Theater in Chicago, which claimed 602 lives. Forever remembering those who perished in the station nightclub fire, and all those who were injured. May you never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about events throughout history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events throughout the decades.